Good evening, everybody. I'm Kath Lloyd from Make the Change, and this is Let's Talk. Because let me just rearrange slightly, if that's okay. And this is the last Let's Talk for a little bit, because on Friday I am off on my holidays to get some sunshine, which me and my husband are really looking forward to. So I thought I would end this short series with a interactive session on essential oils. Just 3 essential oils that we're looking at, which I'm introducing you to tonight. And they are peppermint. Let me find them out for you. Peppermint, so you can see there are doTERRA, lavender, and lemon. Let me just hold you up so you. Hi Anne, lovely to see you here. And hopefully, some of you have requested the oils, and so hopefully just tiny little samples, not great big ones like this, I'm afraid, and hopefully they have arrived for you on time so that you can smell them, taste them, rub them on your skin as we are going through the process. Now, why did I get interested in essential oils? Well, a few years ago I was sort of messing around with oils really for to make some nice smelling creams, that sort of thing. And then I was doing a series of courses called Recipe to Success. And in the morning we were doing things around self-help, like group coaching type work, and then in the afternoon a colleague of mine came in and was looking at and showing people about the essential oils. And that winter, so this was January, that winter I had really been suffering with my asthma. Now my asthma is set off mostly by colds, and I'd been struggling for weeks and weeks and weeks, really almost overdosing on my inhaler. I was struggling to go to sleep at night, and I've got that really nasty asthma cough, which traditionally starts as soon as your head hits the pillow at night, and then you start that nasty dry cough, and it would take me hours to get off to sleep. And my poor husband probably suffered as well with all my coughing. Anyway, 20 minutes into the day of me doing my Recipe to Success bit, and that cough started. And I hadn't got my inhaler with me because I took the risk and it failed. Anyway, my colleague said, just stop what you're doing. So I did. She went and had a little rummage in her box, and she came out with a little bottle, and she said, hold your finger out. So I did, and she put a little drop of oil on my finger, and she said, right, I want you to put it there. Just dab it there on your throat. And within 2 minutes, my cough had stopped. I didn't cough. I didn't have my asthma cough for the rest of the day. I didn't have that cough when I went to bed that night, or the night after that, or the night after that, or the night after that. In fact, the cough stopped. And so since then, I started investigating how to use oils not only to help my asthma, but for general health and well-being. And so this is why I now use the doTERRA oils. I don't use any other oils. I use doTERRA oils because they are the purest oils, one of the purest oils on the market. They are, let me just get this right, they are CPTG certified, and so they are actually tested for purity at a higher level than a lot of the other oils, and so they are certifiable grade of oil because of their purity, which is fantastic. Hi Helen, nice to see you here. And so I use peppermint and lavender every day. In fact, I've got a little bit of drink left here, so I make up a drink, fill it up to the top. I have lemon in there. I have a quarter of a fresh lemon. I have a sprig of fresh lemon, mint rather. I put into that big jar 3 drops of peppermint oil, 3 drops of lemon, and then I actually use a blend called Zendocrine, and this helps a lot of your organs in your body, and one of them is your lungs, and so I add about 3 drops of that as well, because that is, you know, one of the main organs I am trying to improve. And so I have that drink every morning, and then quite often through the day as well, to help with my breathing. So the peppermint is going to help open up my airways with my breathing. The lemon is going to be very uplifting and refreshing. And I find that if I am starting to come down with a cold, I either use, well, there's various ones that I use. If I'm really struggling, I'll use peppermint, and another one that is very, very good is called Breathe. Oh, it's all back to front for you, isn't it? Sorry. This one is Breathe, and this has got peppermint in it, along with some other great oils, and I think in there is eucalyptus as well. So eucalyptus and tea tree oil, another very good oils to help with your respiratory system. The Melaleuca, which is tea tree oil, is known as tea tree oil as well, is very good for inflammation, and so often I will use that to inhale as well, to help open up my airways and to reduce the risk of a cold, which then is going to reduce my asthma. And in the last year I have hardly needed to use my inhaler. So from 3 years ago, when I felt as if I was overdosing on it, I hardly need to use it, and a lot of that I am putting down to using essential oils. Now, that's basically, my personal story on essential oils. So let us now move on to, more about the peppermint, the lemon, and the lavender. Now, unfortunately, I don't know whether you've got some of these oils in front of you, but before you use the oils, you must read the instructions. There's a lot of bad press about oils, but that is due to a lot of the oils have got a lot of impurities in them. And that's why they say you can't use them internally. The great thing about the doTERRA oils is the majority of them, you do need to double check on the packet, can be used internally. And peppermint, lemon and lavender are some of those that can be used. Okay, so if you are struggling, if you're struggling with your respiratory system, if you've got congestion, if you have got earache, if you've got sinusitis, then 1 drop, so I'm just putting, whether you can see or not, I don't know, I'm just using 1 drop. Okay, now, because that is all you need, because it is so strong. All right, now in these 15ml bottles there is about 225 drops in there. Okay, so if you were to buy one of these, you're looking at about, I think it's about 10p a drop. Okay, and rub your palms together. Don't rub your fingers in it, because what you're going to do, I can smell it now. Cup your hands. Don't put your fingers in your eyes, because if you have got peppermint oil on your fingers and it goes in your eyes, it's going to be uncomfortable. All right, it shouldn't damage your eyes. All right, and your tear ducts will swill them out, but it's not going to be very pleasant. Okay, But what I do is, if I'm trying to clear my airways, is I breathe it in, and then, and which is also very good for relaxation, is I rub the palms on the back of my neck up into my scalp. Okay, and this is great if you've got sinusitis. Okay, because it's going to, you're going to breathe it in and you're going to help your sinusitis from the front, but also from the back. Okay, if I'm struggling with a cold and my lungs, then I use the excess on the front of my neck and actually on my chest as well. Because, you know, this is the great thing about these oils. Hi Sarah, lovely to see you here. Is that you can use them in so many different ways. Now, the peppermint is very, very strong, and if you're feeling brave, hi Amy, lovely to see you here, you can take it internally as well. So yes, it is strong. It is nicer if you dilute it in some water, but if you're really stuck and you can't get a drink, then just pop that in. Or if you're going on a hot date and you've had a curry, then pop one drop of that in your mouth, and the curry smell will have gone and everything will be hunky-dory for your date. All right, so the peppermint, so it's very, very stimulating. It is very, very uplifting. It is going to make you bright and sparky. So if you are, you know, driving a long way or even a short way and you're feeling very tired, then that is going to be really, really uplifting as well. And if you couple it with the lemon, all right, it's going to smell even better, because the lemon is also uplifting and it's very, very refreshing as well. So actually, a really, really nice mix of oils there. Okay, so that is just putting the two together. And, you know, having those two together is also going to be a great mouthwash as well. You know, if you like to have if you can't get out and clean your teeth, then the peppermint and the lemon together is going to be really, really good. Okay, now the peppermint is also great for digestion. There's a lot of press about that. So, you know, having some peppermint in a drink before a meal, that's really, really going to help. You can also put a drop of peppermint on your hand and rub it onto your abdomen, because it is going to be absorbed through the pores of your skin and then it will go into your bloodstream. So if you don't like the taste of it, okay, then you can put it directly onto your abdomen and gently rub it in. Now, I hope I've got this correct, because I haven't checked on this recently. It's just something I thought about just a second ago. Is when you are rubbing something on your stomach, is your body works in a certain direction. Now, somebody here might know if I've got that if I've got that right, and I think it works in a clockwise direction. All right, so even better if you put a dab of that peppermint oil on your hand and you rub it onto the skin on your belly, all right, in a clockwise direction, then that is going to help even better, and it's going to be very, very soothing. Okay. So peppermint oil, opening up your airways, it's very uplifting. It is great for a mouthwash. It's also great if you're studying as well, because it's going to make you feel more alert, and so you're going to be in a better position to be able to study. And also, if you're going into an exam as well, is have a little bit to uplift you. That is going to be really, really great. Now, the good thing about peppermint as well is you can use it if you feel as if you're overheating. All right, so you can either rub it, take a little drop, rub it on the soles of your feet, or you could put it into some cold water, do yourself a little foot bath, which is lovely. And also what's really nice Oh, yes, thank you, Anne. Someone's checked up. Anne has put, yeah, large bowel goes clockwise. Thank you very much, Anne, for that, for checking up on me and verifying it. Now, just so that you're aware, if you are wanting to help somebody's bowel movement or digestion, oh no, what's going on? I hope my phone isn't going down. And you are, say, rubbing a child's back, you've got to do it anti-clockwise because you're doing it from a different direction. Just a little hint. Okay, I've forgotten where I was now about this. Oh yeah, so if you're going on if you're going on holiday somewhere hot, what you could do is make yourself up a little spray bottle. Put just 1 drop of oil in there with some water, and you can squirt it on your face, on the back of your neck. Just make sure you got your eyes closed because you don't want it in your eyes, and that will help to keep you cool as well. Okay, so lemon. This is all the citrus oils are very uplifting, okay, and also very refreshing. But also the great thing about the lemon is that you can use it for cleaning as well. So say if you're an asthma sufferer and you know, the sprays, the particles in the sprays that come out the spray bottles can be very, very fine and can trigger asthma. I've experienced that in the past. But what you could do is add some lemon, or there are other great oils that can be used into your cleaning water, and wipe your surfaces down, wipe your fridge out, and then you haven't got that nasty chemical smell going through your fridge. So a very, very good tip for cleaning as well. It's also great for deodorizing, so you can put it into a diffuser and have that floating around your rooms. And the diffusers are fabulous because it is actually a cold vapor that is coming out, and as the air moves around your house, it'll take that with it. Okay, so lavender. Now, not everybody likes lavender, and lavenders do smell different. Okay, some lavenders are uplifting and other lavenders are sort of calming. Okay, now this is Lavendel, all right, and very, very strong, but very, very good. And so it's very, very calming, very, very relaxing. And it's not only about calming your mood, but it will also calm sort of irritable skin. So if you've got an itch, it's going to help that. If you've got a rash, it's going to help that. The fabulous thing about the lavender as well is you can put it directly onto a burn. So when you burn yourself, when you're ironing or on the cooker or in boiling water, don't forget running your hand under the cold tap for 10 minutes. The lavender oil will do the same thing, and you can put it directly onto the burn. Now, I've done this myself. I had a burn somewhere on my hand, and I thought I need to test this out, so I got the lavender out and I put it on there, and it really started to help ease the pain very, very quickly. And keep using it because it'll also help with the scarring, all right, to reduce the scarring. So but you know, if you're not, hi Gillian, lovely to see you here. So if you are using it to help with relaxation and with sleep, I have used this an awful lot the last 6 months. Those of you who know me will know why. If you find the lavender too strong, there is a blend called Serenity, which has got lavender in it, and that is just as nice. Oh, this is a fresh bottle. Okay, and so if I am going to be using this to help me relax and help me sleep, I will put a drop on my pillow. Okay, I will put one drop on my hand, breathe it in, and then if I'm still struggling to go to sleep, I will rub it in. I will put a hand on my chest and a hand on my belly, and I will concentrate on my breathing to help me relax and take my focus away from all the negative chatter that is going on in my head. Okay, now what you could do if you are struggling long term with sleeping is you could, in your diffuser, you could put a couple of drops of lavender oil in there. And the great thing about diffusers is that you could get it set up to come on about half an hour or an hour before you go to bed, and so you've already got that lavender scent coming through, and then it will automatically switch off when the water has all vaporated away. Okay, so very, very good. If you are living with somebody who is very niggly in the morning and not very nice to live with, you could use it in the morning for it to come on, say, an hour before that person wakes up, and so they are starting to inhale that, so they're going to be in a more relaxed frame of mind when they wake up, and so hopefully start the day a lot more calmly and make life in your home a lot easier first thing in the morning. So that is very, very good. So using it directly on your skin, inhaling it, and you can use it in your drinks as well. Personally, I don't like the flavour of it, but you could mix it in with a little bit of honey if you wanted, or something else that you like, or mix it with another oil, say lemon or orange, something like that, to help disguise the flavour. What I haven't actually tested is that, because it's going to help with dry skin as well, because lavender is about rejuvenation of cells. I should have tested this on my daughter actually today, because she's got really chapped lips at the moment. Is one little drop, and I'm going to prove it to you. I haven't got any chapstick here with me. Pop it on your lips, and then I've done it the other way around. I've already put my lip balm on, and then put your lip balm over the top, and that will help improve your skin on your lips. And actually, I imagine there's a lot of people struggling with sore lips at the moment, because it's been very cold outside, and of course we've got our heating on, and it plays havoc with our skin, doesn't it? Okay. So we've talked about using it on irritable skin, for sleeping, for relaxation. Also, it's a great way to relax is have it in a bath. But if you have got irritable skin on your scalp, you can use it as a scalp massage to, a few hours before you're going to wash your hair, to calm the itchiness from the dry skin on your scalp, which is really, really good. We've talked about it with burns. Now, I know that some people who have requested the oils really struggle with hay fever. Thankfully, I don't get hay fever, but the rest of my family does. And a really good way of helping to alleviate the symptoms of hay fever is with peppermint, lemon and lavender. Okay, now I was doing an event a few years ago. It was in the summer, and this poor lady who I'd sort of met a couple of times before, was really struggling with hay fever. Eyes were streaming, stuffy nose, sneezing, and she was just feeling really, really dreadful. And so I made her sit down, take her shoes and socks off, and doing each foot, one drop of each on each foot. So one drop of lavender and rubbed it into the sole of a foot, 1 drop of lemon, rubbed it on the sole of a foot, and then 1 drop of peppermint, rubbed it on the sole of her foot. And she put her shoes and socks on, or sandals, and she went on her way. She came back 10 minutes later and said that all the symptoms had calmed down and she could continue on through the event as normal. Now, there are other ways of doing this. Okay, you can get Tri-Ease seasonal capsules. Now, let me just show you what they're like. So it's a little bit like a cod liver oil capsule, like that. It's got fractionated coconut oil in, and it has got peppermint, lemon and lavender. You can take it that way if you want, and you have 1 or 2 tablets a day. However, I do think that to put the 3 oils on your feet individually is a far more effective way. I don't know why it works better that way, but it's just from the feedback that I've had from people. But if you are struggling and you want something quick and easy, then this is a really good way of doing it. Now, also, I know it says seasonal blend soft gels. Throughout the year, I take 1 of these each morning, as well as my drink, because I find that the peppermint oil in there helps to keep my airways open, which is going to help my breathing and help reduce my asthmatic symptoms. So that is a really, really good way of taking those 3 oils, especially if you're going on holiday or you want it in your car. But some people do struggle with I think the peppermint side of things, but it is really worth a go because it's very, very useful to have. Okay, so where are we at? Those 3 oils. Okay, now you can buy these 3 oils in a little pack. All right, and it is a very, very cost-effective way of buying them. So you're going to get that size, 15ml. Let me open the box so that you can have a little look. All right, and it's got some of that information there that I've been talking about. So it comes in this little box. All right, so these are, you know, if you purchase them, are at £25. Okay, now if you did want to purchase it from this Let's Talk,